Hello everyone and welcome back to Rimworld, where it is currently the 7th of September in year 5500. And wow, did we get a lot of feedback on the last episode. Some really useful comments and just general tips that I will be looking at. Some things that we explored in our separate stream game, which is playing with a very similar scenario that I'm going to be, techniques that I'm going to be bringing across into the YouTube series. And of course, Yoko is fully healed. Oh, the best news. Best way to start a video, Yoko. Well done, you. But of course, we also got a lot of engagement regarding the question of whether we should go royal or rebel. It really did come down to this. Do we see ourselves playing along with the fallen empire? It may as well be the empire, or should we just straight up just announce our intent and turn against them? Well, it was a fairly overwhelming vote in favor of the rebellion path. A lot of people mentioned that this is a path that not as many people have seen played through to any kind of degree in other playthroughs. So sure, you know what, if you want to see how this plays out, I can't promise that it'll play out well, but we can certainly see where it goes. Right then, how are we going to start things up today? Well, we've got a number of things to do yet, and one of the first things that I wanted to cover was to address the way that we're currently balancing this. I went around the system in a very, very long way, completely unnecessarily. Now, we're currently trying to make 10 meals, 10 normal meals. We're taking it to basic norms. We should only be looking in basic norms. If we look in basic norms, then this will only count the meals there. It will ignore any meals that are in fancy norms. And that's what we should be doing here as well. So at this point, we don't need to have extra amounts being made. You can just unpause it too. That's fine. So there we go. Bump. And we just go through that as normal if we can. We make the fine meals for basic noms, the fine meals for fancy noms, and they will count them completely independent of one another. And I think that is absolutely wonderful. It is not how this used to work, but I'm very happy to see it something that we can now do. So we'll go in here and do exactly the same. We need to look for fancy noms there and only do 2, and then unpause. Add 1. Let's just have a look in here. Well, you know what? Unpause at 1 as well. Let's always make sure that we've got at least 2 days worth of food there. That should be glorious. So that's the first thing taken care of. Now, Dark Aavak, how are you doing at the moment? Let's just have a look over our colonists' needs. Let's see how they're currently holding together. Human leather cowboy heart, you're pretty happy with that. Yoga's mercy, defined meal, extremely comfortable. Transhumanist, overjoyed, 5 artificial body parts. How can an enhanced being like me ever feel sad? I love the way, I love just the wording on that one. But let's have a look at the things that are pulling moods down. So sick, that's not much we can do about that one. Recreation unfulfilled, hopefully we can help with that. Unsightly environment, slept in the cold, disturbed sleep. Well, okay, slept in the cold. Yeah, that one's going to be a bit of a tricky one for us to fix, at least in the medium term. Now, numbing cold. I can't stop shivering. My teeth are chattering. All I can think of is getting warm. Well, then, you know, don't be in the freezer, I guess. Though, honestly, the freezer and the outside are pretty comparable temperatures right now. It is a bit bonkers. Now, as for our next big project for today's episode, I am going to go ahead and start the construction on a new building, or kind of outbuildings out here, but I want a central heat pipe so we can heat the however many buildings we build here reasonably efficiently, both keeping it warm and keeping it cool should there be a need eventually. And really, we've got a well, you know what, it's actually good that it's the male gender, because Dark Aavak's going to be relatively easy to keep happy. I just need to give him some skin to wear from other people, and then some food to eat made from other people, and generally that's going to be okay. Later on, we're going to send Dark Aavak down here, or someone at the very least, to just put a little bit of construction, because I really do want to try and secure that as an area where insects aren't going to be bothering us. To that end, we do also need to put lighting in here. But for now, I would like to focus on a building over here. Now, one of the tools that I don't often make a lot of use of is the planning tool. So let's change that a bit, shall we? Over here, I want this little area to be a kind of an internal chimney. I don't want much of this building, if any of this building, to be exposed to the outdoors. We will have a little door in here somewhere, possibly even right there, though I do like having kind of like entryways. And this will be the outer wall for this building, however large it's going to be. Now, I say outer wall because, of course, we're going to be double layering this wall. The inside layer will be marble to help with the beautification of the rooms, and to that end, probably this wall will also be marble. This one will be granite, and the outside, the exterior walls will always be granite where I can. So that gives us a 3 wide little gap in here. Let's extend this out. Now, that's 4 deep. It's respectable. If we have a look at the overhead mountain tiles, well, we know that at least down here, we've got a gap. So there's every possibility that we could have the wall down here and give us a full 4 tiles. In fact, if we really wanted to, we could push this all the way back. There's actually not much reason not to, thinking about it, because as we build this wall out, we can just expand the roofed area. So you know what? Sure, let's do something along those lines. Let's push this back rather than deeper into the mountain. That way we can take care of things. So let me just remove these plans. I would like 5 or 6 tiles, and that looks like an internal cavity. 5 would be good enough, but you know, let's go for 6, I guess. Right. So what we'll have here is we will have a 1 wide pipe tube. My lord, that's a bit redundant. 2 heaters around here, a cooler there, and this will be able to balance any amount of temperature in this little corridor. So that would allow us to apportion this area in however we particularly want to. Like this, for example, we can have these rooms. I do want an external wall, double thick walls where there's going to be neighboring the exterior. So I guess this entire wall could be granite. So that would mean this entire wall would be marble and the back wall would always be marble. And then we could do something like this, and that gives us a nice exterior double thick wall to insulate and also to protect, because the granite will be particularly strong, and the marble on the inside to be particularly beautiful. And that will give us some very, very nice rooms there. I'm not really sure how I'm going to split this up, or indeed how deep. We could even have it just kind of round a corner and start coming up in this way, though looking at the overhead mountain tiles there, maybe not. We will have to have a look at that. But for now, this is the plan that I'm going to be working on. This is going to be a job for our colonists for a little while, I should imagine. The first thing we're really going to want to do, though, is make sure that this place is fully roofed over. So let's just get a roof like so. I've already designated this area to be unroofed so that we can take care of that. And bring that out all the way. There we go. That will be marvelous, I think. All right, so I'm going to get down to the busy work of getting all of this sorted, and I shall bring you back when there's something to report. It may be a while, hopefully, if Randy doesn't get, well, you know, aggressive. Or indeed Randy, actually. That would be terrifying. Oh dear, it looks like Randy has decided to send a raid our way. Raid, the Shanker Rig. Well, I mean, that's actually a fairly good name for a pirate group. A group of pirates from the Shanker Rig have arrived nearby. They will prepare for a while, then attack. Prepare a defense or attack them preemptively. Where about... though I worry my insect friends are going to perish in here. They've already slain one of them. How dare you! These poor insects, it's a little bit too cold for them, you see. They're a bit slower than usual. Oh, you cowards. Get him, Mega Spider. No, don't go down. Come on, you can do it, Mega Spider. These are not life-threatening injuries. You can still recover. Come on. No! Are they going to destroy the hive? No! You wretches! Well, I feel that is rather unfortunate, though, you know, they've delivered some gnomes, I guess. Let's have a look at how badly wounded they are on the other side. Dead in 9 hours. So, honestly, you're going to die yourself fairly soon, but that is actually incredibly sad. I am not at all happy about this, but realistically, I kind of knew it would happen, given time. Yeah, oh well. We're going to have to deal with that, I'm afraid. Well, for the time being, Dark Aavak's currently trying to beautify the room a little bit, trying to make up a dresser, and we've already got a lot of the granite cladding. I don't know where I'm going to put the doors yet, so I've not marked those down to be created. as yet. But the general shape of these rooms is already laid down. So we're getting a chunk of the work done. I would not be surprised if one of you just straight up dies from your blood loss, and then the other two just bail at that point. I am so sad that the insects died, though. Oh, my lord. Do want that insect jelly, however. Now, I could send Dark Aavak down with Yoko. I could send both of you down, honestly. It might be a decent move. I'm going to allow Dark Aavak to quickly finish up the dresser here. Ideally, I'd like the enemy to come to me if we could have that happen. Psychic drone is ending. That's good news. And they're on their way. Glorious. That's right. Let's see. Really? What happened? Now is not the time, people. Dark Aavak's angry. He didn't get to go and fight them. They're going to come here weak. It's barely sport at all. Okay, let's have a look. Lady Wolfheart flagrantly insulted Dark Aavak's kindness. This drove Dark Aavak into a rage, and he began a fight. How dare you? How dare you speak ill of Dark Aavak's relationship with Yoko? The only person in this universe that he's actually kind to, so that could be the only relationship that you're referring to, you scoundrel. Dark Aavak's going to just show you how kind he is by treating your wounds, even though you don't deserve it. Scallywag. However, you're going to have to get out of here. You're not going to get your wounds treated that quickly. Come on then. That was an unfortunate bit of timing, I'll be honest. Right, pop your heads out. Go. And also release Yoko. Go for it, Yoko. Uh-oh. I kind of want you two over here. Yoko's going to easily be able to deal with this, but get closer to Yoko so that Yoko doesn't accidentally get shot, because I would not forgive you. Let's move up there. Let's get you right behind. Good. Come on, Yoko. Let's have a look at you. You're pretty cut up. Yoko's in no immediate danger. There we go. Well done, Yoko. Both of you. Let's go for it. Take him out. And I can't imagine this is going to be particularly difficult. I could perhaps... Ooh, what just happened there? Was that a gunshot wound? No. No one needs to be punished. That is good. Move up, though. Right behind Yoko. Well done. And they're fleeing. I mean, makes sense. But we're not going to allow you to. No, no, no. We've got two people that we could possibly devour here. Or keep. I don't know. We've got one person we will absolutely be devouring there, though. Do we really want to take any prisoners right now? You're incapable of caring or social. Trigger-happy psychopath. I mean, psychopath is not too bad. Firefighting, careful, shooter, pyromania. You're an automatic. Nope. Strip. Dolly. You're a tricky one, Dolly. I'm not going to lie. Because I wouldn't mind someone new, but at the moment we've got a lot of other things to do. Got a lot of good with animals, though. I'm good at shooting and melee. But you've got really rubbish skill sets. I'm afraid not. Not today, Dolly. No, no, no. Right, okay. We're good. Go ahead and strip both of them. If you would be so kind. Let's get them out of their clothes. And then... Ideally, we don't really want to leave them out here. But what I could do, just until they die... let's be as efficient as we can about this. How much steel have I got? I've got loads of steel, so I'm just going to plonk down a little structure there, and then I'm going to build a roof over you. This roof can simply be expanded out to cover you, and that way we're not going to have to worry about you decaying. There we go. That should take care of everything we need to take care of. Alright, get to work, everyone. Yoko, go back to bed. In fact, the moment you're back in bed, Dark Aavak is going to abandon whatever else he's doing in order to come and treat you. There we go. Prioritize tending Yoko. Thank you, Lady Wolfheart. As soon as you're done with these two. There we are. Major break risk. Well, I mean, yeah. Okay, that's fair. You get back in there, I suppose. If the food goes bad, the food goes bad. Once you're done there, could you prioritize tending to Lady Wolfheart and then actually clean the barrack a little bit? Dark Aavak's only got one crack on his right shoulder. Let's actually have a look at the log. How did that fight go down between Lady Wolfheart and Dark Aavak? Dark Aavak nipped Lady Wolfheart in the right leg horribly. See, that's his warg heritage coming to bear. Then bashed Lady Wolfheart in the left index finger, throwing her off balance. That must have been one heck of a bash in the finger to throw her off balance. Maybe she was reeling back for a punch and you just slapped it away. and threw her arm wide via the impact on her finger. Lady Wolfheart slammed Aavak in the right shoulder, savagely. She's given it as good as she got, really, there. Dark Aavak tore Lady Wolfheart in the arm, leaving a disgusting wound. Wow. Dark Aavak's assault rifle bullet wound. Oh, then I was going to say, whoa. Did guns become a part of this? No. That's fine. Okay, I'm all right with this. You shot Elise in the jaw and Elise died. Okay, that was pretty good. Let's have a look at Yoko. How did Yoko do in the fight? Let's have a look. Yoko hit Nicole with a lacerate from her left claw, cutting her left leg and left foot horribly. Nicole kicked the spray of dirt in Yoko's eyes. Nicole slammed Yoko in the right ear, hit Yoko with her club. Yoko missed, still had dust in her eyes. Nicole gnawed Yoko in the body. I mean, Okay, let's step it back a second. I think Nicole needs a bit of respect. You know, realizing that she was hopelessly outmatched. She at least decided to give as good as she got. She didn't back down from battle. She got in there tooth and claw. Well, that's when you know someone's serious. Yoko tore Nicole in the left leg, and a scratch in the torso caused Nicole to drop. Dolly slashed Yoko in the front right paw savagely. Yoko scratched Dolly with her right claw, wounding her right arm and right hand. Dolly sliced Yoko in the skull. Yoko tore Dolly with her razor fangs, biting her left leg. A bite in the left leg. So basically, Yoko took out both of these people. More or less, that was the case. Let's have a look at you, though. No immediate danger. You're just, cut in the skull. It's just an everyday occurrence, really, for a warg. Right. Okay, well, we're going to be recovering from this for a little bit. We've got so much we need to do, though. It's actually going to be quite the pain, because I need to get all of the bleeding stopped. Let's have a look at Lady Wolfheart. It's a small wound, but I do want to tend to it as quickly as I can. Yoko is doing okay, though. That's the main thing. Yoko's fine. Dark Aavak will clean up and then hopefully get down to tend it. Well, okay, you know what? I'll let you tend to yourself. That's fine. I'm afraid not, though. There will be no sleeping for now. Oh, that's Lady Wolfheart. I apologize. It's not quite what I meant to do. Go ahead and build the roof over Nicole. There we are. Thank you. And now build the roof over Dolly. That's really all we needed to do. But it's not all we're going to do. We're going to bring everyone in we can, really. Dark Aavak, if you could... I'm going to have to set you to unrestricted, aren't I? Could you please prioritize hauling Elise in? You've got a lot of work ahead of you, and it's not going to be fun work, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be pretty rubbish. Lady Wolfheart, how are you doing health-wise? Okay, I'm going to allow you unrestricted access to everything for now. Yoko's doing great. So I'm going to allow you unrestricted as well. Yoko can help with the hauling. The cold snap has ended, though. So that's a very big plus for us. Thank you, Dark Aavak. Now, this is going to be a really wretched run for you. It's also going to be pretty horrible because you're going to have to walk past the disgusting sight of a desiccated human corpse. And the problem with that is there's probably corpse bile on the ground, isn't there? Have a look. Blood spatter. Yeah, corpse bile. No one likes corpse bile. Doesn't matter who you are. Except, I think psychopaths are okay with it. Or either psychopaths or bloodlust are okay with corpse bile. Yes, I think it's actually bloodlust is okay with seeing just, rotting corpses. They're an odd sort. They're not civilized. Not like Dark Aavak. No. But, they are, if nothing else, enthusiastic amateurs. Right, let's have a close watch of you. That was the main thing, getting the noms in. And let's make sure that these noms are brought in as well. They shouldn't decay particularly quickly. So we should be able to have Dark Aavak just bring both of these in. The insect jelly would be a prize. But the living insects down there, I feel that I want to leave them a little bit of food. It is truly terribly sad that that hive is gone now. How annoying. But still, we may be able to encourage a new hive to begin. But that hive did a lot of work for us early game. That has done an awful lot of work for us, and we should be thankful for it. There we go. Let's get Lady Wolfheart some noms. Yoko's missing Aavak. Oh, bless. Dark Aavak's back. She howled in relief at seeing Dark Aavak return. That actually makes my heart a little bit sad that she was missing him already. But fully healed, that's pretty good. Okay, well, gonna pass a little bit of time. Hopefully we'll be able to bring in some more of the items from down in the insect caverns. before they decompose or become useless to us. You know, we should try and make use of every little bit that we can, really. Okay, it seems that our time for making our decision has finally arrived. The quest, The Deserter, expires in just 23 hours. It is the 9th of September. It is 7 p.m. We have finished the building work, the initial shell building work there on the granite structure, and I have managed to haul a decent amount of items back, including one of the mega spider corpses, as well as erecting some steel walls. I have left the steel down there just because I was trying to maximize what Dark Aavak could do without exposing him too much to having to run back and forth endlessly. So we've made a reasonable bit of progress, all things considered. And Dark Aavak is currently working on beautifying this room. Yoko is still recovering. Lady Wolfheart has fully recovered, which I'm very, very pleased to see. Her needs are being well cared for by Dark Aavak, naturally. But with all of the marble, we can now start planning out the internal structure of this area. But before we get to that, of course, 22 hours. I think we're going to have to go for this. If we accept Ragby, you will become an enemy of the Broken Empire. The pursuing loyalty squad will attack immediately. It is composed of 2 troopers. We'll have 2 troopers bearing down on us. Now, initially, we're not going to have anyone new for them to stay. So they're just going to have to accept that they're not going to get a bedside table. Well, actually, that being said, we could just move things around a little bit, couldn't we? Yes, we could. Dark Aavak, could you work on that for me? Let's get everything in position, if we can. We can't, unfortunately, work on this just yet, although it looks like we might be able to in just a moment. No, I think we're 1 shy. That's a bit of a pain, but, oh well, it's a thing that'll happen. Right, well, we don't have any real defenses to speak of, and all of our steel supplies are elsewhere, which is not exactly the best place for us to be in. If I'd had a bit more time, maybe I could have managed this. Actually, Lady Wolfheart, how about you go and haul that steel back up here? You should be okay. Let's have a look at your health. Yeah, you haven't got any outstanding toxic fallout to allow to run down. Dark Aavak's still over 10%, so I'm really not in a good mood for sending him out into the toxic fallout any further. That being said, if we could finish that bed before our friend comes here, then that would be grand. So go ahead, let's get that little bit of marble from outside. Let's see if we can't get this bed up and running. We are probably going to leave it to the very last second before we have to take this quest. Ooh, Dark Aavak isn't in a good mood. Let's have a look at that. Recreation staffed. Ah, yes. Well, perhaps you should go and take care of that then. I mean, I have been forcing Dark Aavak to do a lot of things here and there. You know what? Do your own thing for now. There we go. If it does look like you're going to go to sleep, okay, well, that's fine. I mean, sleep is a form of recreation. I'm sure it counts. But with this steel, I would very much like to try and build up 2 steel spike traps. We haven't got quite enough for 2, but what we could do is perhaps have Lady Wolfheart just mine up these last little bits over here. You're not assigned to mining, really? Well, now you are. There you go. Let's get up here. We only need 1 of these to be mined, and we should be good. There we are. Let's get you over there. We've got 17 hours, and if we can get 2 of these traps put together... Oh, my lord, it's going to take the entire 17 hours for you to finish mining, that isn't it? Well, let's have a look at the quest details again, then. When will they attack? They will attack immediately. Okay. Well, as per the vote, we are going to be going with it, but I'm going to try and give us a fairly good odds. Now, loyalty troopers, I can't imagine what kind of equipment they're going to have, but it's probably not going to be nice equipment for us. Additionally, they may well have death acidifiers equipped, which would mean that should they perish, then all of their awesome equipment will go away, which will be quite unfortunate, I'll be honest. Quite unfortunate. I'm very much hoping the Dark Aavak can just get up and go and do some recreation. There we are. No, you're going to get some food. That's fine. You can eat first, and then you can play chess, maybe? There we are. Relaxing socially by himself. Good old reliable Dark Aavak. Okay, well, that's starting to pull up the recreation issues. Oh, you just finished. That's a bit of a shame, but all right. Let's get a second one down there. And once these are built, we will immediately uninstall them so that I can reposition them as needed. There we go. That will work quite well for us, I think. So with these, we'll be able to position them on whatever approach the soldiers take. There we go. Let's get that down. All right. Well, go ahead if you want to spend a little bit more time just getting everything up and ready. I mean, this is going to get a little bit smaller now as a direct result of this, but this barrack is okay. Let's have a look at Lady Wolfheart. How do you feel about this barrack in general? A dull barrack still. Oh, you know, we'll work on it. We'll try and get it a little bit better, I promise. But Yoko is still out for this fight, which is, it's honestly, a very great deal of our combat potential is going to have to sit this one now, which is not great. I wonder if there's a small chance that Yoko will be back up on her feet before the fight happens. And honestly, if Lady Wolfheart can hopefully deal with whatever's pulling her mood down, then that would be very nice as well. Once we've got these walls sorted, then it should help. If we have a look in there, there's a -2 for all of those natural walls. So if we can get rid of all of those, that'll be 12 points back from the negatives, but then an additional 6 points because each one of these walls does count for a beauty of 1. It does take a lot of effort to do, but it is free. It doesn't make the room look particularly uniform, but I think that's okay. Right, it's finally time. Accept the quest. There we go. Right, let's pause this here. Right, Ragabe has arrived and is joining the colony. Because you accepted Ragabe, the Broken Empire has become hostile. The loyalty squad that is hunting him will arrive soon. Let's have a look at how that has messed up our standing. We're now -75. Okay. Now, the faction is hostile. They will raid your settlement and caravans. If relations rise above 0, they will become neutral. So we've got a lot of work to do to bring that up. The rescue of Sam would not help us, unfortunately. We didn't manage to get any other work to do for them that would have fixed that for us, which is quite the shame, honestly. Yeah, there's nothing really that we're going to get back from this one, except for Sam. Now, having 2 new people join us wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Let's have a look at you. You look like you're well geared. Well, that would make sense. You've got a heavy submachine gun, a compact wide caliber slug thrower. It's got a very short range, but it packs a punch and handles quite well. That will be amazing for choke point control. You're also equipped with a torso shell. Oh, okay, sorry, no, that isn't the torso shell, that's the equipment slot. A flak jacket, a tough fabric jacket with armor plates sewn in. While it's not as good as solid armor, it offers effective protection against all manner of attacks while remaining quite comfortable. You've also got a flak vest, a vest with armor plates inserted on the chest and back. While quite effective at deflecting gunshots and stabbing attacks against the chest, it does nothing to protect the limbs. You've just got a regular toque and a tribal way. I'm a little bit surprised with that one, I'm going to be honest. Let's have a look at you. You're incapable of nothing. Oh, wow. Wow. This was an enormous win for us. You're 15, which means you've only got the benefits of your childhood. So you're a child spy. Children are presumed innocent, which makes them excellent spies. Ragabe was trained in the art of infiltration when he was just a small child. His years undercover gave him experience with social manipulation and lying, and he never had a normal education. So as a result, intellectual is down, but you're pretty good with social. Are you perhaps you're on par with Lady Wolfheart? Nice. You're not as interested in it as Lady Wolfheart, though. You're very interested in crafting, however, and quite interested in artistic. That's, reasonably interested. You've got a passion for shooting as well. You are the second best shot in the colony. This is absolutely marvelous. You're a hard worker, you're optimistic, and you're kind. So, you're exceptionally kind. You have a special way of using kind words to brighten someone's day. So, just generally interacting with this pawn will make other people happier overall. And also, they will never snap and go on insulting sprees. Optimist, so you're just permanently a little bit happier. And you're a hard worker, so your global work speed. This was an amazing find. Wow, let's find out who you are. And it appears that Chaotrocles has decreed that our good friend here, Heraclos Ragabe, is in fact known as evil friend to his evil friends. Either way, thank you very much, evil friend, for being a supporter of the channel. Welcome to the colony. You are going to be very, very important. I can already tell that right now. Okay, I want you to fight people when you see... Well, actually, no. I want you to get up here right now. Let's set up your restrictions. First and foremost, get into the roofed area, please. Secondly, let's go ahead and... Wow, I hadn't set Lady Wolfheart properly. That was a massive oversight on my part. I'm going to allow you all to sort of sleep around the same time. Maybe we'll have you active at different times. That's something for us to look at in the future, though. I'll get that sorted out on camera, but for the time being, I would really like you to just get up here as soon as you possibly can. You're not very good at handling, so don't bother, really. And you're really not good at cooking, so never do it, because, yeah, we don't want to have the problems that would come from that. As for hunting, really this is kind of a nothing issue, so I'm never going to really be hunting, but we want it on a 4 so that if in the case of manhunters and one of them goes down without being finished off and they're just knocked out, we'll set them to be hunted. So I do want someone to go over there and kill them and quickly and efficiently. As for construction, I'll put it on a 4. You probably shouldn't be doing it. And a 4 there as well. As for mining, a 4 here as well. You're not very good at it. So generally speaking, I would rather people who are good at it do that. But you are very interested in all of these. So I'm actually going to give you a 2. On all of them, in fact. Yeah, let's get you working on that. So our general craft, whilst you aren't nearly as good as Dark Aavak yet, you will get there and you'll be really happy doing it, which is the important thing. You'll be very, very happy working on these things. In fact, to that end, I can now drop some of these down. In fact, yeah, we're not... Art is one of those things you really only want someone who's good at it doing. I will allow you to do a little bit of research, though, here and there, when you get the chance. Now, let's get you up here. We need you up there right now. Also, let's get a steel dining chair in place, if we can. Actually, we've got some nice stone blocks. I suppose I could put something together. In the short term, we can definitely get a marble. Well, actually, we've earmarked the marble over there, so we'll leave it there. Right, there we go. We've got the loyalty squad. They're on their way, and there are no... Oh, my lord. There are no insects to help us now, and they're straight up using yayo, I believe. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, you're using the yayo, so you're going to be pretty buffed for this fight. You have got a death acidifier. Ooh, this evil friend? Evil friend has a death acidifier. Now, we can't take this out. Once it's installed, that's it. Let me show you what it does. A chest implant for preventing enemy use of captured equipment. Upon the user's death, it releases powerful chemicals that dissolve gear in contact with the user's body. It doesn't damage others. Actually, we may be able to remove this. We'll have a look. We'll see if that is something we can take off you. Because, you know, no offense, evil friend, but if you die with some of our best gear, then I kind of want to be able to recover that. As for you guys, you've got an assault rifle. That is going to be an amazing addition. And you've got a chain shotgun. Wow, that's going to be dangerous for us. We need to get into close combat with you as soon as possible. A magazine-fed, fully automatic shotgun. It is even shorter range than a typical shotgun, but it is extraordinarily dangerous due to burst fire. Well, yeah, that would be the case, wouldn't it? Right, evil friend, keep making your way up here. If we can take you guys down through some clever use of traps, I would be exceptionally grateful. Right, we're going to want a trap about here. We will also want another trap. Well, honestly, if they're coming through here, we can probably take one of them down. If not, take them out. Slow them by getting that in place. Dark Aavak, I'm really sorry, but I need you on this right now. You don't need to be in roofed. I just need you to do the work. I need you to get that one set up. Oh, actually, you are really close to breaking. So I should allow you to do what you want first. Go ahead, get in. Evil friend, could you take care of that? Oh, Lady Wolfheart is doing. Oh, okay, fair enough. Lady... Oh, she's moving it. Never mind. If you can get that in place, that would be great. It looks like they are coming the way we want them to come. Good. Good. This is perfect. How's Yoko doing? Yoko's okay. She's still down for now, but she may get up the moment the Dark Aavak prepares for war. She's not going to miss out on a fight. This is Yoko, after all. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yoko's like, what? No, I'm not going to miss out on a fight. No, I'm never that bad. Right, Our SMG is going to come in handy here. Let's get you back. Where do we want the fight to happen? We could have the fight happen around here, maybe, or even draw them up into these very tight areas over there. That may be wonderful, but it does expose us a bit. Lady Wolfheart, I would like you indoors for now. Let's get people in these locations. Let's see how this goes. Now, if we've played our cards right, unfortunately, it's not the chain shotgun user there. Oh, they dodged the trap completely. There we go. Perfect. Let's have a look at you. Right, you're high on Yayo, which means that your pain threshold is much better. But your moving is a little bit better. Your tiredness, you don't get tired too much, but that hurt a lot. You're going to be dead in 5 hours if we are lucky enough to knock you down from pain. It's unlikely, considering the yayo. But if we could, oh, that would be so good. Right, let them approach. Let them approach. And he got past it again. All right. Now then, we need to make a move. Get out. Go, go, go. Take your shots. And open fire. Come on. Need you to move up. Good shot. Okay, they're retaliating, and they're retaliating right next to the battery. Thankfully, they're not properly looking, but Evil Friend, I need you to move up. Oh, well done, but unfortunately, yeah, straight up killed him. I mean, it was good work. It really was. But it wasn't exactly what we wanted. Right, move forward, Dark Aavak. Now, they may pass out. Are they going to go down? Consciousness is way too good right now because of the yayo mitigating a lot of the pain. They may pass out. If we can get them to pass out rather than die, but if that's 5 hours, this is quite possibly going to kill them. Let's have a watch. And chunk. No! Perfect, they dropped their gun. What happened? Their right leg was cut off and their left middle finger was cut off. As a result, they dropped their gear. They just straight up let go of it. Given the situation, that was amazing. Now, let's have a look at you. Incapable of social, chemical interest, tortured artist, depressive. We wouldn't want to keep you, even if we could. We have got some extras. All right, given this, charge out before they grab their gear again. Deal with them as fast as you can. I was expecting more from a loyalty squad. I'm glad to see that I was wrong. It's a shame that we lost their gear, their armor, that is. But wow, the chain shotgun is an amazing prize. Absolutely amazing. I am very, very happy indeed. Okay, so with that, we have dealt with the loyalty squad. Dark Aavak, could you prioritize holding this in? That is one of the most important things that we can do right now. Evil Friend, whilst I deeply approve of you wanting to get the bodies in, and trust me, Dark Aavak is paying attention to this, I don't want you to be the one to do it. That being said, we've now got a lot of bodies to chop up, so we might need to get on top of that sooner rather than later. Lady Wolfheart, you're already in a bit of a mood. If you see the corpse, you've already observed them all. If you see a load of them, yeah. I think it would probably be best, and I'm sure, sorry that my phone is blowing up right now. I think it would probably be best if you just go and grab the, well, you're not going to hold it. Okay. I think what I'm going to have to do then, we've got a total of 7 bodies. It's time. Dark Aavak is going to have to cut them all up, and that's going to make an awful lot of meat. Hopefully we can allow this meat to be stored in the freezer. In fact, I'm going to have to set it up to allow that. Meat, we need raw foods, because otherwise this is just not going to go in there. Let's go ahead and get human meat can go in there as well for now. Dark Aavak, we're going to need to cut up these bodies. So, let's have a quick check. Yeah, that's all fine. No longer suspended. Do forever. Cut up every single body that you can. Please and thank you. Right. Evil Friend, what are you going to grab? You're going to grab some rocks, that's fine. Though, could we... they're going to be wandering around watching these corpses for a little bit, and that is a pain, but there's not a lot we can do. What I could perhaps do is give them a bit of work to do. Can you work on that? No, you don't have marble blocks. Could you instead hold the survival meals then? That would help. We need to try and manage as much as we can to avoid this. Evil friend is holding a... Oh, he's holding some of the clothing around. That's fine. Now, everyone's going to be a little bit upset and a little bit traumatized by this. If you have a look at observed corpse, you saw 2 of them. This is now on par with the fact that we're going to butcher human likes. So I really do need you to not see any more corpses for a while. Otherwise, it's going to get rough. You can drop that in there. That's fine. Next up. Yes, you're going for the other outdoors corpse. That is fantastic. That's the main thing. Evil friend, where are you going? That's fine. As long as Dark Aavak takes care of these 2, we wouldn't really need to cut down the others, but our corpse freezer is starting to stack up, and I'm a little bit concerned about that, if I'm perfectly honest. Now then, evil friend, you're nice and healthy, so I'm going to allow you to go outside and do some of the work on crafting. Now, hopefully, no one minds that Aavak is carrying a corpse around. That doesn't bother them so much. It's when they come upon the corpse unexpectedly that it will get on their nerves a little bit. So that should be okay for now. We are going to have... a human carries... If we have a look at how much a human butchers into, it's more than a single tile's worth of meat. So we are going to be slowly accruing more and more and more meat, which is not exactly the best, but perhaps Yoko can help us out with that. Good old Yoko. But we do need to get all of these bodies butchered as fast as we can. Major break there for Lady Wolfheart. We have a look at her needs. Recreation deprived. Well, I mean, you're perfectly welcome to do some recreating. It is almost nighttime. You're about to go to bed. So, yeah, I unfortunately had you working through the time. Wait, no. That is very nice of you, but 185% no. I don't want you going near that place right now. I wish there was a way that we could designate rooms to be for certain people only, that certain doors could only be accessed by certain points. That would make my life so much easier, but I'm going to be very carefully trying to manage people's moods for the next little while. I'm really hopeful that Lady Wolfheart will, after a nice sleep, things will be a little bit easier. Dark Aavak's going to be super happy. And you know what? We can do one little thing to make everyone else super happy as well. And that is get some nice armchairs. Don't ask where they come from. You don't want to know. You really don't. Dark Aavak needs one there as well. Because, what better place to sit whilst you're butchering a human like than... No, Lady Wolfheart, I deeply appreciate it, but I really don't want you to do that. My lord. Dark Aavak, could you haul this meat for me instead? There we go. Let's just get that inside. The moment he takes the corpse out, everyone just rushes in and tries to fill the gap. Maybe, for the time being, I could just stall his butchering, but honestly, I think we kind of need him to do it. This does seem to be okay for human meat. I'm going to drop this down to preferred so they stop competing as much, but hopefully Lady Wolfheart can go ahead and start moving that around, or at the very least just go to bed. That would help. No small amount. There we go. An evil friend can grab some noms and then hopefully head to bed as well. And Dark Aavak can stay up all night just butchering up all the people. And then in the morning, no one needs to worry about why Dark Aavak didn't come back to the bunk for a little while. It's like, yeah, important Dark Aavak things were happening. Don't ask. No, it wasn't that, you filthy-minded fools. Well, that is rather unfortunate. One of our colonists has gotten sick from malaria, of all things. Ensure you have a medical bed and a doctor. Make sure they get proper treatment and spend as much time in bed as possible. Well, plop. Frankly. Okay, well, evil friend, you're going to be spending a fair bit of your time abed, it seems. Hopefully, Dark Aavak, in fact, Dark Aavak, can you prioritize tending to evil friend first before you do anything else, and then clean this place thoroughly, please. There we go. We've got plenty of food for our colonists. We've got lots of regular meals, and Dark Aavak is going to be in a very high spirits for an exceptionally long time. And I'm very glad to see this. We do need to harvest these plants, though. That's a little bit of a worry. That is in a higher priority than it is. Yeah, if you could take care of that, if the plants are ready for harvest, I would really love it if you could take care of those plants. You're going to go to bed. Well, okay. Well, I'll allow it for now. Well, let's have a quick look at your friend. That's quite unfortunate for him. You've only just joined the colony and you're already rather sick. But your immunity is rising a little bit faster than your infection. So you should be okay. And an eclipse has just ended. Lady Wolfheart is not in the best spirits, unfortunately, but hopefully that will pass as time goes forward. The barracks is slightly impressive now, which is nice. It's slightly dirty, which is not. And the beauty is natural. I do need to get Dark Aavak a personal bedroom soon so that Yoko can sleep in there, because the reality is Yoko is making the room a little less clean than it might otherwise be if she weren't bedding down in there. And I refuse to have Yoko sleep where Dark Aavak does not. But I think that is a pretty good place for us to wrap things up. Not many days have passed. We're on the 12th of September, but quite a lot has happened. We have lost the hive down here. So that potential hurdle for any enemies attacking from this side is now gone. We have, however, built a couple of structures down there to make it a much more attractive location for an infestation. I haven't yet put lighting down here, so this is possibly even more attractive, though given the temperature, everywhere is a bit bad right now. Anywhere indoors that had overhead mounting would now be significantly more attractive if it was just above -17, even if you had it extremely well lit or anything like that, simply because it would be the only place that a hive could trigger. So that is another thing that I think some people forget. They'll pop down structures outside and they're like, right, okay, done and dusted, that place is now good. If a cold snap happens, and this is exposed to the outdoors, and it gets too cold, then that one place in your base, which is relatively a very low chance of being chosen for an infestation, is now the only place that could be chosen for it. That's another thing to be aware of. So what we might want to do at some point is like just cordon off a little area and maybe even just set up a simple little solar panel outside, not hooked up to anything else, just running a heater during the day, because under the mountain, temperature bleeds very slowly. So if you just insulate an indoors area right under the mountain, then you should be good. As long as it's not exposed to the outside and or it has some sort of active heating, and it doesn't need to be much, then that will take care of things. But everyone's going to be sleeping for the next little while. Evil Friend is going to be recovering. It's at 11%, the progress of the malaria, but immunity is at 14%. And that's only going to get further and further apart as we keep up with tending that infection. We've got plenty of Glitterworld meds to make that happen, and an enormous amount of food. We're good for food for the short term. Dark Aavak will probably want to get an electric tailoring bench up and running sooner rather than later, so someone can start repairing the or even replacing lost clothing, though everyone else would probably be best served if we got a little area growing some cotton. And on that note, we'll probably also want to get some meds growing very soon, because we're going to start running out of those if we're using them to tend to sicknesses like this. But again, I think that's where we're going to wrap things up. We are now rebels. We are hostiles to the Empire. Let's have a look over there. -75. It'll take us a long while to get back. Now, if we can take some captives and release them, that will build goodwill. And if we can get back to neutral whilst still being rebels, that would be wonderful. But the last thing that we're going to leave on is the deserter. Now, if we jump to the outpost, and there we have it. It's not very far away from us, but it is deep in the mountains. So that is going to be a bit of a trek for us. And it's coming up to winter. We are more than likely going to try and get through winter into spring, maybe even closer to summer, for what it's worth on this planet, to make that trip, because that is going to be a nasty trip. But if we can, then we may be able to recover quite a lot of items. Yes, I think this will work to our benefit. It's going to be a hard road, but it's going to be an interesting one. But on that note, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope you will join us for the next. But until then, and as always, take care of yourselves and each other.